Hey, quick thing about packaging your work in the event that you want to send it to somebody, either for review or maybe you're passing it on to a client or a partner, a collaborator, etc. This is one of the most difficult things to communicate with my students is making sure that everyone understands the idea of connections and paths to assets and work. So if you were to create an After Effects project and you had a video in there that you use and you had some audio that you were using for tweaks and movements and stuff like that, if you had Photoshop files or Illustrator files and so on, that's all part of what happens in your world on your computer. But if you were just to take the After Effects file and send it to somebody, they don't get all of the other stuff. All they have is a shell with the directions for links. Oh yeah, this After Effects file needs this audio. I don't have it. This After Effects file needs this Photoshop element. I don't have it. This After Effects file needs a movie. I don't have it. It should make sense because those things live on your computer. They don't live on everyone else's computer. So you can't just send an After Effects file to somebody and be like, hey, here you go, check it out. And they'll be like, nope, I don't have these things. So you have to figure out how to create a collection of dependencies or assets in order to properly send it off to somebody. So this is good for class, but it's super essential for anything that you do with anybody else in the world with your work outside of class. So here's how you do it. You go File, Dependencies, Collect Files. And so this is going to say, all right, I'm going to do several things. First of all, I'm going to collect all source files. Or maybe it's stall for comps or none, whatever. But normally you just leave it there. And you don't want to generate report only because that would not include anything. So then you go to collect. And it says, all right, cool. In order to collect, maybe it says save first. It didn't, but sometimes it does. So, all right, find somewhere to do this. For me, this is just for my band, VTO, and I'll just call it that. It's fine. But it's going to create a folder. So you can see right here it says folder. You hit save. And then it's done. Bam. Should open up a window that shows you that you have your After Effects file and then everything you've used for that project. In this case, I've only used a GIF. But if you had movies, Photoshop files, Illustrator files, images, audio, everything right there is in footage. So that if anyone opens up this After Effects file, it knows exactly those connections in order to make it work. Cool. But then you have to compress it. So what I would do is one step back. I can do it. Come on, you can do it. Let's go as columns. So I'd go one step back to this folder and I would say, hey, let's make this into a compressed zip file. And then there's my zip file. And that is something that I can either upload to UMBox or if it's small enough, which it never would be, to email it. Or you can put it on Google Drive or whatever, Dropbox, something like that. So if you're going to share work with me or with anybody else, you have to make sure that you include everything that's part of your project And that's how you do it. So good luck. Can't wait to see what you do.